Can I tell you a dream that I had that I remembered?
Of course. Tell
Just
me your
very
dream.
quickly. I dreamt that I was at a Goodwill, but it was as big as one of those indoor thrift malls that we go to that's in like an old warehouse.
Yeah, one of the antique malls.
One of the antique malls that just goes on forever. And we went in there. We were in the used book section where Neil always likes to linger and peruse. And I noticed that in between the leaves of some of the books, there were little pieces of artwork on paper. I turned the book upside down and I ruffled through the sheets and all these pages fell out. And they were not like grocery lists or writings, but they were all little scraps of original artwork by different artists that I know from my career in comics, like going to comic conventions. They were all like discarded commission sketches that people had done that they had like made one little mistake on or torn. And I was like, oh, here's a Dave Johnson. Here's like a this or that. And I was like, oh, I'm rich.
Wow.
I found like 3 or 4 little beautiful pieces of artwork. And I was like, I'm going to go take them and frame them.
I have a pile of commissions that I still haven't framed or done anything with, and they're just under my bed in a box. I guess I should start hiding them in my own books, and then maybe I'll be delighted by them.
I just thought that was nice because I usually don't have like treasure hunting dreams like that.
Yeah. Did you wake up disappointed?
I woke up really disappointed. I woke up being like, where are they?
Yeah.
Did I lose them in my home? But they just never existed.
Do you ever see that meme about like young women who have a dream and then they wake up and they're like, where's my daughter? I know you have a real life daughter.
Yeah.
So you probably don't have, did you ever have that dream?
No, but that reminds me so much of a Star Trek The Next Generation episode where Picard gets his his conscious. Shut up, Neil. You're not on this podcast.
It's fine. He can. Yeah.
His conscious. Well, we're just talking. We're talking about his consciousness gets sucked into an alien spaceship, which is the last vestige of a civilization on a planet that was sent out to kind of like be the record of this planet. And this device's job is to like suck the consciousness of whatever sentient beings that comes across into it and make it live a simulated life on the planet that lasts the whole length of a human life, like from young adulthood to dying of old age. So Picard has a whole dream where he has a wife and a kid and like all these friends and a career and everything.
Oh my God.
And then
a normal guy.
Yeah. And then the episode ends and they're like, don't worry, Captain. We figured out how to turn it off and we got you out of there.
That's really sad.
He's just weeping like my son.
That's the one where he plays the flute, right?
Yes.
Oh, wow. What a fulfilling life he had.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
So, no, I've never had that dream, but I've seen Sir Patrick Stewart have that dream in a way.
I've never had that dream either as a childless person, but I have had dreams where I thrifted something, then I woke up and I was like, where the hell is it? So I feel like your dream of thrifting something or finding something at the thrift and being like, treasure, and then waking up being like, where's that treasure?
Where's my treasure? Where's the thing?
I think about that. Like I've had that dream way more period than I've ever had the where's my daughter dream.
Well, yeah. Also because like our biggest joy in life is just to like go to shops, thrift stores, whatever, and paw through the treasure piles.
Yeah.
And we like to discover treasure.
What's your favorite thrift find you ever had?
My favorite thrift find? Well, I have several. One of them, it's not hanging up at the moment because I'm painting my walls with these floral murals, but I have an illustrated plate that I usually have right there with Yul Brynner as the king from The King and I. It's just really beautiful and lush, and it kind of inspired some of the colors in my entire home decor.
Should the podcast be called The Ming and I?
The Ming and I.
That should be our Broadway segment. We go to see Broadway and I bring you to a musical.
It's just the Ming and I. And then the photo for the podcast is just you, arms crossed, looking over your shoulder with a tiny pocket me hanging off the shoulder going,
No. It should be you as doing the Yul Brynner.
Hands on
and then
hips.
me, I'm the white person.
You, of all
I'm
people,
the white person. I'm the white lady.
So anyway, welcome to the Ming and I.
Tentative name at the moment. But
yeah. Oh, we're coming up with possible ideas for this podcast venture. I'm going to open it up to the ethosphere. We've got the Ming and I, which I think is a strong contender. We also have Betty and Ming Veronica.
That was inspired by their Archie comics themed word search they just got for their daughter.
Betty and Veronica. Reading,
writing,
scratching, biting. Betty and Ming know everything. Movies, Oh, by the way, my name's Ming Doyle, and this is my associate, Betty.
Betty Felon. Hi.
Hi.
And hopefully our voices sound distinct enough. I think our voices sound different enough, but allegedly our voices sound similar. So
We've been told by some men that we sound identical on podcasts.
which I think is just passive misogyny, if not active misogyny.
I think it's some sort of a misogyny because we definitely sound similar as people from similar geographic backgrounds will sound, and people who like the same things. And of course, we have a lot of like echolalia and just like friends do,
Yeah.
you know, but like,
Have you ever heard Friends?
but have you seen two different cats? Maybe two different black cats, and they both look like black cats, but one is a little bit bigger than the other, and one is a little softer than the other. Like there are things. Maybe one has like a couple little white hairs down by its haunch. There are identifying marks, and there are differences in our voices, just like two beautiful black cats. Have
Just like-
differences in their appearances.
So true.
So when you hear us, think of
Two similar black cats that are just slightly different.
both alike in dignity and beauty and mystique. But one has a slightly higher, more giggly voice, and one has more of a vocal fry, lower voice. Oh my God, my Tamagotchi is beeping.
Wait, oh, it arrived.
I got a Tamagotchi and I just started running it yesterday. Do you want to? This is so exciting.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Ming just
I got
ordered.
the Tamagotchi Paradise, and I got one for Betty, and I got one for several of our friends. I don't know if you can hear the beep. This is so exciting. My planet and my Tamagotchi are evolving from kid into toddle young right now.
That is so cute.
level 2.
So the color you got was Jade Forest. So the Tamagotchi Paradise is special because they have a full color backlit LED screen, unlike the Tamagotchis of our youth,
and it's got
and-
this little twirly knob
that you
dial.
can get closer or further away. And I believe that when your Tamagotchi is sick, you can go into its molecules and help.
This is what the molecules look like. So it's like
Oh
depending
my gosh, they're so cute.
depending on how much you play with the Tama and like what you feed it and how much you feed it, these little happy icons will show up around it to show like the molecular makeup. It's very interesting. Also, another thing about about the Tamagotchi Paradise is by far the most beautiful screen, like my preferred screen experience with Tamagotchi, but it's so ugly. The shell is so gross. It looks like an Easter egg.
But that's the inherent design of a Tamagotchi. It's an egg.
I know, but these ones are just like, they don't have.
We can
beautiful
mod them.
I know we can mod them, but I was playing with it this morning. I was like, I got a pink and blue egg.
It's cute. Mine's gonna be blue and blue.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait, let me see your egg. They're really cool. I've never had a fancy Tamagotchi.
I'm very excited. Yeah.
Last year we got the Darth Vader Tamagotchis, where
We
you can
did.
raise Anakin from young boy to Sith Lord.
Raise him from Anakin to Sith Lord, and you got him all the way to Sith Lord.
I
right?
did, and then he died.
I let my Tamagotchi die while he was still in Anakin form, and I was like, maybe it was for the best.
Oh my god. The thing is with the Darth Vader Tamagotchi is that you can't change his fate. He always turns into Darth
I
Vader.
know, but it was so cute. All the little
was so
interstitial
cute.
scenes, like the black and white pixel art of Padme and
Yeah.
Anakin having the romance.
It's really beautiful. You get to see all his main players of his story at the end when he's turning to Darth Vader. He just gets followed around by Palpatine, a little cute, wrinkly bastard.
Yes. Anyway, I'm very excited. The reason I signed on internally in my own heart to get the Tamagotchi Paradise was that it's specifically supposed to be for adults. Like, it's one of the first Tamas that was invented with working or busy adults in mind. So it doesn't need actually a lot of input.
Oh, that's cool.
like
So
you
it's not
don't-
gonna beep at you.
It's not going to beep at you and just die. Like, I know it started beeping from my pocket just now, but I was actively waiting for it to evolve. But
Yeah. So it
But,
turned into
yeah.
a toddle.
it turned into a toddle young.
That's really cute.
Yeah. So it's like you just need to check on it like 3 or 4 times a day, I think, to feed and play with it. And it's pretty self-sustaining otherwise.
I think that your colorway is cute because it looks like Unico, the little Tezuka unicorn.
That is very cute.
It's a very cute colorway.
Thank you.
Normally, I would probably get like a red one, but they had only pastel colors. But my blue one I like because it looks the most like my favorite Tamagotchi character from the first gen, which is
Who?
Genji Rochi.
Genji Rochi. What does Genji Rochi look like?
He's a cute, smiling little.
Aside from
blue.
like the main guys like Mamechi and
Love Mamechi.
Violetchi and stuff, I don't really know a lot of the other options.
You know Kuchipachi, he's the
I know
classic.
Kuchipachi.
He's the
got-
classic.
Yeah, he's the
This
green
is
guy.
Genji Rochi. When we had Tamagotchis as a kid, my sister got this one. Like this was her one that she got. And
That's so cute.
he was so cute. He would dance across the screen. I loved him. And
Do you
then,
remember your first Tamagotchi you ever got?
Yes. So mine was purple and pink, which is I think going to be the
Beautiful.
one that
Darcy gets.
Darcy is getting, yeah.
My daughter's gonna get that.
because when I saw the pictures of the Tamagotchi Paradises, I was like, oh, that's kind of like I thought the shells were a little boring, but I was like, oh no, they are conjuring up the imagery of the classic Tamagotchi.
They're very classic, and I know that they're eggs because they hatch from little eggs, but they just look.
You just know in your heart that they're eggs. They're always going to be egg shaped.
I know, and also this doesn't have to be on the podcast, but I did make this realization this morning. I just said to Neil, I was like, I got the trans rights egg, and it's an egg.
That's fine. That's great.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna have many beautiful Tamas.
Little trans babies.
All my beautiful gotchis are trans.
My first Tamagotchi was purple and pink, just like the one that your daughter's gonna get. But I was really bad at taking care of my Tamagotchi. So in my family, my mom, my sister, and I all had Tamagotchis
That's so
going
exciting.
concurrently. And my little sister Heather got Genji Rochi, which is like the mid-level Tamagotchi you can get if you are taking like medium good care of the Tamagotchi. My mom, she got Mamechi, which
That
is
means you took the best care, right?
yeah, she got the cutest one. Hers lived forever. I got Mascucci, which is this bandit that like keeps creeping across the screen.
Somewhat raccoon-like.
He looks like a raccoon. He has a big mask and he just creeps across the screen. He also wouldn't go to sleep till 11 p.m. And so I needed my parents, like I would go to bed and then a few hours later, my parents would tuck him in virtually so that he would go to sleep. Then,
so cute.
so that was the adult stage. But then mine had a bonus evolution after 7 days of being Mascucci. He started changing and I was like, whoa, is he dying? Because my sisters had passed away by then. And I was like, oh my gosh, is
She
mine
only
dying?
took medium good care of it.
She only took medium good care of it. So mine, but hers was in angel mode, which is really cute because it was just a little angel on her screen. But she got
Aw.
very sad, and I felt really because that was probably our first major
the first death
tragedy.
of a Tamagotchi.
Yeah. So
Everyone
mine,
think- yeah.
I thought mine was dying, but no, it was evolving to another stage, and it turned into a man.
A man.
The man.
A virtual man.
A virtual man head on two little dinky Tamagotchi leggies.
Like little wiggly ones or
Yeah.
little stubby ones?
Like
Like long string wiggles or little stubs?
long string wiggles,
Oh my
but
God.
and just creeping across the screen as a man head instead of the cute raccoon bandit thing.
How when you say man head,
Cleft chin.
so you know it was a man. It wasn't just a smiley face. It was a
man.
Man.
And I didn't know this, but my parents, I showed my parents, what happened?
the chin was cleft. It was a man.
It was a man, and he had hair. And the thing was, my parents looked at it, and my dad was like, "That looks like Bill Clinton." And then when we went to Walmart, a couple weeks later, we saw
Clinton-chy.
they had a bunch of little plushies of Tamagotchis, and they had the man one,
The man.
and the name was Bill.
Oh, they knew what they were doing.
They knew what they were doing.
They
His
do
name
this
was Bill. He
often.
played later on. I looked it up, and in the Tamagotchi cartoons, he played saxophone. They were doing it
They
for us.
really were doing it for
They're
us,
doing
the
it for us.
American audience.
And in Japan, they call it the gaijinchi.
Gaijinchi.
I think it was gaijinchi or
That's so funny, 'cause I was
gaijin
like-
something chi. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love that.
Betty chi. Oh, should be a Tamacast?
Yeah, it's a Tamacast now. I'm Mingichi and this is Bedichi.
Oh.
It's a Bedichi.
Because Tamagotchi is like egg friend, you know?
friend.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I love that.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what your little guy is going to turn into.
I know. I'm aiming my current Tama that I have. So he's a forest toddle young at the moment.
Forest toddle young.
There's 4 different biomes in total in the paradise genus that you can have. And I'm in Jade Forest.
Okay.
I'm aiming to get Lesanpachi. I think I said that correctly. That is one of the new Tamas that is exclusive to this device.
Ooh, I didn't know that there were.
They created a bunch of new Tamas just for the paradise, which is another reason why a lot of people are interested in getting it.
And you're saying that each one has like only certain ones you can get.
Yes, but because you can dock them, you have the connectivity option, so you can visit other eggs or other planets of your friends on their devices, and you can. I don't really know because I haven't bred any of these guys yet, but you can get them to breed. you can breed little guys.
Oh, I see. It's a little red panda.
It's a little red panda.
That is so cute.
What's his name? Lesanpachi.
Lesanpachi. That is really, really cute.
I want to get him, but I would be happy with any. Like, I don't think any of them are displeasing to look at. And I would be proud and happy to raise any of these little creatures.
I just hope I don't get Bill Clinton again.
I don't think he exists anymore. Certainly not in the Tamaverse. They only live for like the oldest Tamagotchi I've ever heard of was 30 years old in Tama years. So
wow.
So Bill is long dead.
Well, I don't want to get jump scared by a president in my Tamagotchi. Oh my gosh, look at this Chodichi. Dracochi.
Oh, it's a little dragon.
It's a little dragon.
Oh yeah, apparently there's also a dragon that I can get with this one if I connect it to 2 other guys. So we're gonna have a big Tama Connect party, which we should record audio wise, just so everyone can hear all that
little bleep bleeps. That's so cute. I'm going to PAX East in a couple weeks. I'm curious if there's going to be a Tamagotchi meetup because I know in the past they've done that before. I don't think they did it last year when I went, but
I bet it will be. You should bring anyway.
I will.
And we should bring them. We're also going to go to Anime Boston in a few weeks.
We should totally bring them. Yeah.
I know people like to bring their DSs and try to get street passes and stuff at big nerd conventions like this.
I love it. Yeah.
Ever since there was that Instagram reel last year about the mass Tamagotchi wedding that they had, where like 150 people flew from all over the world.
They broke the Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh, they tried to. They couldn't get somebody to record it.
Oh,
they couldn't get like a Guinness official there.
Oh, that sucks.
I know, but they took footage.
God was there to witness it.
Yeah, God witnessed the Gotchis.
Tamagotchi
was there, and he blessed every.
Wow, that's a shame, but it still seemed like a really beautiful event. And I would go to a Tamagotchi wedding.
To wed my Tama to some other creature from who knows where. Anyway, so that's been Tama Talk. With Mingichi.
Egg to egg.
With egg to egg with Mingichi.
And Betty Chi.
On to the next, whatever we want to gab about.
Yeah, have you been watching anything good lately?
Aside from Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I know, it's really good. I'm trying to get my husband, Neil, to watch it so hard. And he really doesn't like to watch things with me. He did watch the first 4 episodes of Heated Rivalry, and then he stopped right before it got really good, the last 2 episodes.
Oh, man. He hasn't even seen The Cottage.
He hasn't even seen The Cottage. He doesn't even know about Coming to the Cottage.
He doesn't even know about The Cottage or the fraudage.
Yeah, The Cottage or the fraudage therein. But he did very dutifully sit next to me stoically and watch the first 4 episodes in a completely unaffected way, which was cute. However, I think he would like Night of the Seven Kingdoms because we're always going to Ren fairs. It's Game of Thrones, but as you pointed out, far less essay.
Yeah. Yeah, no sexual assault. Just so far. Cute adventures of
regular assault.
Regular assault.
A lot of regular assault.
Yeah. But that's fine. It's knights. That's what we expect.
That's what they got to do.
It does feel like I know that apparently in like the writer's room they're not allowed to mention this movie, but to me, I like it because it reminds me of A Knight's Tale.
Oh, they're not allowed to mention A Knight's Tale in the Night of the Seven Kingdoms writers.
That's
so, especially with all the musical cues it has.
Exactly. Because I think that they're trying to like get people to think beyond that, which I understand, but I think it's such a like that's how I've been able to get people to kind of watch it, be like, okay, you know what you think about Game of Thrones, which never really appealed to me, unfortunately. But
oh man,
like,
I get it. I understand.
You know, well, it's just that I'm like, okay, who's getting raped today?
I know. I will walk through hell for just the promise of a glimpse of a dragon.
Exactly. Look, I love a dragon. You saw our reaction to Choco Draco Michi or whatever.
Choco Draco Michi. Yeah, no, understood. Actually, there are no dragons in Night of the Seven Kingdom aside from puppet variety, because it takes place at a point where all the dragons have died.
Yeah, and you just instead see a guy who has a dragon sona, clearly. Like, you know that guy has a dragon sona, you know?
Yeah, there are still Targaryens. They're still the ruling royal family of Westeros, which I know I told you this, but I found out recently through reading on Reddits and like fan forums about G.R.R. Martin that so we all know how Westeros and Essos are like the two continents. We all know this.
We all know this.
But they actually
is this in Tamagotchi Paradise?
Yeah, it's in Tamagotchi Paradise. So in Westeros, in the Jade Forest biome, you can raise. No, but I found out that Westeros and Essos are on a presumed to be orbital sphere, which may be a planet, which is referred to as Planetos.
So we know that they don't think the Earth is flat.
I don't know if they know this or not. I don't know if like I read on the forum they said that it's on Planetos, and I was like, how accurate is this? Like, is this ever referred to in the books? Jury's out on if it's in the books or not, but in the fandom, the accepted nomenclature is Planetos.
That's where they all live.
They all live on Planetos.
That's the most Dragon Ball.
That's the most bonkers thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I mean, like you go into Game of Thrones and you're like, G.R.R. Martin, the new fantasy scion has this great thing. And it's like, no, they all live on Planetos. They all marry their brothers and sisters and pretend to be dragons.
That's why I'm like, okay, we can like take it a little less seriously, but when you do that, you can enjoy it too, you know?
The other thing I like about Night of the Seven Kingdoms is that and this is not the experience that all of fandom has had based on my research, but it does have two brothers that are not sexually attracted to each other in it.
Yes.
Which I appreciated.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Game of Thrones is all SA and incest.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
They love it.
This one just had two nice middle-aged brothers, and I won't say what the worst thing one did to the other because that's a spoiler, but at no point do they kiss.
That's true.
I've seen them kiss online.
Yeah.
In certain fan works, but canonically, no kissing.
Yeah, that's true. You just get the adventures of a sweet big lug and a different type of egg.
I'm so into this genre, Lone Wolf and Son genre. You know, we're dealing with Dunk and Egg.
Yeah.
And then also Mando and Grogu coming out. That's the thing that we're really looking forward to in May. It's going to be Mando and Grogu.
Do you think it's going to be good?
No, it's not going to be good. Like this is painful to talk about for me and Betty because we're huge Star Wars nerds. And like throughout life, but since 2022, early 2022, we've been severely star-pilled.
Yeah.
Like very much
specifically by the
Wars.
prequels.
Specifically prequel-pilled.
And then spills over into like the Clone Wars and Ahsoka.
We watched all of Clone
know?
Wars, Rebels, all of that. Like we've been into it. We go to lightsaber practices in the meat realm. Like we're in it. We're star-pilled.
On Planetos.
On Planetos. we travel to many rec halls. But yeah, I don't think that this movie, I don't know. I'm certainly going to see the movie in IMAX with my whole family and all my friends, but
it's going to be cool to see a new Star Wars.
Sigourney.
That's great. I will be excited to see a bunch of new Babu freaks.
I love those Babu freaks. I know no matter what, it's going to be better than, the last Star Wars movie on big screens was Rise of Skywalker, right?
Yeah.
There wasn't any sort of interstitial.
Was
Solo or anything? No.
When was Solo?
Was that after Rise of Skywalker? Because they did Solo, that bombed, and then they're like, no, never mind, we're fully pivoting to Disney Plus. And
Solo was 2018.
Okay, so it came out after. And
Rise of Skywalker wasn't
it 19?
Yeah, 2019.
2019.
So it was it. Yeah, that was the last Star Wars movie we saw.
Wow, that's a bummer.
Well, it was nice seeing.
Carrie.
It was nice seeing Carrie.
It was nice seeing Carrie. Yeah.
But it was weird.
Yeah.
But
Weird movie. Bad movie.
Weird movies. I don't. You know what though? Ever since we got Starfield, we still haven't rewatched any of the sequels. At least I haven't.
We haven't. We've rewatched the prequel trilogy like at least 3 or 4 times since we've gotten Starfield.
And then we've seen them all
OG
in
trilogy,
theater.
of course. But yeah, no, I don't know. I'm like really not. It's interesting because Mandalorian and Grogu is set, I think, in the it's set in the in between
Yes.
the sequel trilogy and
Because-
the OG trilogy.
Because
right?
young Luke is still there.
Because young Luke is still there. He ain't dead yet.
Yeah.
So in The Mandalorian and Grogu, Luke is presumed to be 38 years old, the most cringe age that a Jedi Knight can be.
Yeah, he's chopped unk.
He's chopped unk. Luke
He's
Skywalker-
about to be fully an unk eventually, and then he's fully chopped.
Well,
unk
he has to chop his nephew first, and then he can be chopped unk.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting just to see. Like I said, I really like Sigourney Weaver. I like who's uncle guy who plays that X-wing squadron pilot.
Oh, Carson.
Yeah, Carson.
Uh,
Nice panda uncle.
yeah, he's very
Fluffy
cute.
beard.
Yeah,
Uncle.
who saves R5 from the cults.
He's our uncle.
I love him.
It's not Carson Kressley.
Carson, not Reva.
Carson Teva.
Yeah, I almost said Carson Reva, but Reva is
No, the
that-
character's name is Carson Teva, and with the power of our star-pilled brains combined, we didn't even have to look at Wikipedia.
I watched I Love LA, and I know that initially you didn't really care for it, but
Do you think I should stick in there?
a couple episodes later, the actress who plays Reva in Obi-Wan,
Oh, yeah.
Moses
Ingram. Yeah.
she plays a love interest.
Oh, she said, this is wild. I finally, after 6 years, sat down and watched The Queen's Gambit for the first time. The Netflix miniseries.
My mom loves that show. I still never seen it though.
It's great. It's about, it's very barely about chess. It's mainly about the price of talent or genius and what it extracts from you, especially if you don't have like the perfect environment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about a woman's struggle, which is great because we're used to seeing a man's struggle. But Moses Ingram is a big part of that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she's in there a lot. She plays one of what's her name?
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Anya Taylor-Joy's friends back in the orphanage.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I love both of them, so I
Yeah,
should
they're
check
great.
it out.
I love Moses a lot
Mm-hmm.
in every role except as Reva, pretty much. She's
I liked
fine
her-
as Reva.
I liked her fine as Reva. I wish that they had been able to flesh it out a little more. I wish there was just more
They
Obi-Wan.
just should have done more with the whole
or
thing.
they could have like made it into a movie. I know some fans have like recut it into
Yeah.
just a movie.
I'd be interested in watching like an hour-long
You know?
cut of the whole miniseries. But I thought that, I thought they were setting Reva up to be like another dark Padawan, but this time Obi-Wan could have redeemed her
Mm-hmm.
Like he-
which would have been cool.
on Tatooine, like he was unable to do with another young Padawan,
Yeah.
whatever. But, thoughts were had and then not followed through on.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing Star Wars kind of going through these interesting phases of where they're like, okay, let's do a bunch of movies. Because the sequels were successful like at the time, and they were like, okay, let's just release a bunch of like Rogue One and Solo. And then when Solo didn't really do as well as they wanted to do, even though it didn't.
I liked it.
It didn't bomb completely. It just didn't make Star Wars numbers that they were anticipating.
Right.
And because of that, they were like, okay, we have to pivot. And then they pivoted towards TV. And then there's that period of time where it was just all Star Wars TV, which I like.
Yeah.
I like the fact that we have a lot of Star Wars television, but
Yeah.
does everything need to be in the TV format? And I don't know if like I would have loved to see Obi-Wan as a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I like that we end up getting more time with these characters than we would have ever had with a movie.
Sure.
But, it was the first show that came out during pandemic.
it was already
Star
just
Wars.
an odd time,
And
again, not ideal environment for
Mhm.
genius to be released into.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think like maybe had they released it a little later after they had done a couple other TV shows and then figure out like, okay, we want to do this approach, or maybe we have a bunch of good ideas now, then we can do it to a movie. But they also didn't know what was going to happen. It's weird watching media during the first 2 years of pandemic.
Yeah.
And revisit, because I've been watching AEW from that time period, and they just started with the empty arena shows.
Do they have the screens up for the fans yet in the audience?
No, that was so far that's only been for WWE.
So it's just like stark silence.
Yeah. And the only people who are in the crowd are like the backstage crew people, which is cute, and also other wrestlers who are waiting to wrestle their matches. So
cute,
so like it's really funny because Chris Jericho comes out and like usually the whole crowd's like singing his mean song about being a heel, but instead one of his boys who is like part of his inner circle like is just screaming the lyrics into a microphone, and then the commentators are like, whoa. Like, this is a weird vibe. Like they're like, wow, he like American Idol, he is not. and then like Chris Jericho's like, yeah, didn't like singing, and they're like, no,
not at all. That's really cute though. Like imagine having your pandemic isolation pod be the AEW wrestler.
Yeah, it's really interesting because it felt like, you remember the back in the day, like when they were like, okay, only essential workers, and to them that was their essential workers. They just had a limited crew and they sent all their like most of their commentary squad like out sent them home, and then everyone who was commentating would be the main commentator, and then whoever wrestler was around who wanted to be on commentary. So some of the wrestlers are really funny on commentary, and they do it now still too, but it would just be a guest commentating spot for certain matches. But they will
I love it when wrestlers commentate.
There was a moment where
it's so good.
There was a moment where this wrestler named Kip Sabian Kip Sabian, like from Heated Rivalry.
I was like, oh, Scott did him.
He is he comes to the ring and he's about to fight, or he's in the middle of fighting Chuck Taylor, who is part of the Best Friends faction.
Mm-hmm.
And
Chuck Taylor from the Converse shoes?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, wow. He's still alive. Wow.
and Kip Sabian, at one point, his escort, who's his girlfriend, Penelope Ford.
Cool.
She
that's how I feel sometimes.
She's trying to distract Chuck Taylor with her womanly wares. Yeah. And then it distracts Chuck Taylor enough that Kip gets him, and then Kip turns to kiss his girlfriend, and Chris Jericho the whole time he's like, yeah, that would never work on me. I would never be tempted by a woman like that. Then when Kip Sabian kisses Penelope Ford, Jericho screams, never kiss a woman during a match. Never kiss a girl during a match. I would never do that either. Never kiss. And then while he's doing that, while he's getting the kiss, Chuck Taylor gets a punch in on Kip Sabian. And then he knocks out Chuck Taylor, and then he turns around and Orange Cassidy is now where his girlfriend was. And then Chris Jericho screams, "Don't kiss him!"
There's no kissing in wrestling. You don't come here to kiss.
And like that commentary, I was like, that's really funny. And I got to the point where I was like, I'm just gonna rewatch from the beginning and just to listen to Jericho's commentary.
It's like the opposite of what we do whenever we go to a wrestling match. The 2 times we've been to a wrestling match together so far.
Yes.
Where we just yell at the wrestlers,
kiss. And like people agree.
Yeah,
that
everyone
they should
agrees.
kiss.
But yeah, they were like, don't kiss. That's funny. I was on Twitter or whatever this morning. I saw an ancient clip from, I think, the Arsenio Hall show with Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, R.I.P.
Yeah, I know, R.I.P. And Arsenio was like, now, Macho Man, I have to ask you, you're very macho, but have you ever cried? And like Macho Man is totally dressed up in all black, like a black and white vinyl cowboy with fringe down to the floor and stuff.
Love it.
And sunglasses all over his face so you can't see the cocaine caffeine spiral. And he's just like, I'll tell you what, Roger, yeah, I have cried. I've cried 1 million times before, and I'll cry 1 million times again. And then people in the audience are like, it's mixed like applause and boos because it's the 90s and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's cool and or gross to acknowledge males crying. But he's like, but I've also got to tell you, as Macho Man Randy Savage, I've flown with the birds and slithered with the snakes.
Cool.
I've
Fuck
experienced the
yeah.
highs and the lows, and nobody likes a quitter. So you cry all you need to, and then just stand back up for your count eight and keep hitting.
Wow, that's really moving.
It was super moving. I was like, dude, I love Macho Man.
You know, he's one of the
Yeah.
one of the ones that you're allowed to love, I think, still.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I never really, I regret that in the 90s, of course I saw some, don't come after me because I'm just saying what it was called in the 90s, WWE, or WWF rather. But it was
pandas.
all,
It was all fighting.
it was all pandas and Hulk Hogan in China.
yeah.
And like, love China, she's our girl. But the Hulk stuff, I could have been directing that attention onto Macho Man instead.
Yeah, I wish that there were a bunch of movies where Macho Man was like a babysitter or whatever.
Should have been
because
him.
They had so many Hulk Hogan movies.
It
I
should
remember
have been
watching at
him.
least like 2 of them.
There was at least one Jesse Ventura movie, right? Where he was like a Navy SEAL.
It was like a precursor to
Pardon me. Navy SEAL kid sitter.
it was a precursor to the Marine.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, wrestling is great. It's very life affirming.
Yeah, I mean it's probably one of the few places where a man can kind of queen out and be
a woman and a beautiful like makeup, hair, everything to the nines woman can kind of king out.
yeah, and ruin a bunch of people off of their rockers. It's really great.
It is very sweet. Thank you for handing me this tiny watermelon.
It's so cute. I just looked like there was a tiny face on it. It's not a real watermelon.
It's a
guys.
tiny, yeah, no, my daughter was making slime on this table earlier, and it's a little piece of microplastic or clay watermelon mix in. It's a watermelon slice. Free Palestine.
Speaking of your daughter's birthday,
Yeah.
we went roller skating / blading.
We did. We went to a roller rink for my daughter's birthday. We went to Roller World in Saugus, which if you're from the Massachusetts area, you know Saugus, Route 1.
You remember the
Roller World.
commercials?
You know all about it. We went to Roller World. It's the only roller rink that I could find within a 1 mile or 1 hour driving radius of the Boston area. So
Yeah.
if you know of any others, Massachusetts people, let us know. But we went there. We had a great time.
That was so fun. That was probably, I know that this was the case for me, but that was over 2 decades of not skating. Like that
I
was my
know.
first time skating in over 2 decades.
Should we become roller girls?
I bought rollerblades afterwards.
Yeah, you fully bought them.
I bought
What
rollerblades.
did they look like?
I
We
bought-
both rented rollerblades. at
And
the
our
rink.
rollerblades were really cool looking. I would have bought those if I could.
They were awesome. They were like forest green, very 90s.
with like hot fluorescent, like pink, red, like details.
yeah,
Like,
and then they had like neon mucus yellow hind wheel,
yeah.
which I think is the most important of the wheels. I'm not sure.
The hind wheel.
It was a different color than the other wheels.
It was cool. They were really cool skates. I practiced in the small rink first just to get a feel for it. Then I went to the big rink with Ming, and it felt so good to catch air that way. You know,
Oh man, yeah, we were catching it, and it was so good. There were some like really hardcore skaters there, and they were mainly on the traditional skates, like
Yeah. Well, I remember when I was a
you
kid.
were saying it's better for tricks, right?
Yeah, or like doing dance skating, and I've seen people do it on rollerblades too. But I think that something about like the quad skates, you can like maneuver like smoother moves. And I've never, I have only skated on roller skates successfully, like maybe once or twice. But rollerblades were kind of my jam, you know.
So fun.
I felt so good.
I was totally pretending I was Ilya and Shane.
Oh my gosh. It was so like, the following couple days though, did you feel like, I felt kind of like sore in like my upper body because I think it was the balancing of the core strength, you know?
I was weirdly not sore the next
Well,
day.
it's probably from all the weight lifting.
Yeah, it's probably I've been on a fitness journey since turning 40. I've been prioritizing lifting heavy weights and getting stacked with muscle.
Which is so cool because I think that that's what we just have to focus on strength training. Because
And again, not to quote heated rivalry again, but I have gained at least 9 pounds of clappable material.
So I ordered rollerblades afterwards because I had such a nice time blading, and I was like, I want to keep this up. And I know I looked up already like local, like where can people rollerblade in Somerville and the
And it's
area.
rough because we live in a 4-season climate, and our concrete, our blacktop, our sidewalks get torn up.
And also
winter
we have a
around
lot
here.
of like tree like roots
Yeah.
that we have to.
We have a lot of 300-year-old trees growing out with sidewalks built around them, and the root systems have created like weird natural skate parks of crags and dips that you could never hope to navigate correctly.
I just don't want to. I don't want to get got, but there are a couple.
We're gonna get got.
We'll probably get got, but there are a couple of like tracks that we can totally use, and also like
Bike path, community path,
bike path, and basketball courts.
Basketball courts.
Yeah, because
that'd
right?
be great. There's one right downtown that we can use.
There's one right there. Though I feel like that's pretty
They're
popular.
usually playing
we
basketball
should
on
go
that
to like
court.
abandoned schools.
That's right. Oh, I just heard they're closing a Catholic school in Medford. We can
use that.
we can use
use
their
that. And we
abandoned
can be the
courts.
devil.
We can be the devil, and we can skate all
Maybe
over.
skate
Skate
Satans.
devils. Skate
Wait, there's-
Satans.
there-
Skaten? Is that a thing?
Skaten.
I'm sure that Skaten exists.
There's what am I thinking of? I think it's the beginning of some 80s movie where like these like bad bitches are on motorcycles and they have like
nice.
cool leather jackets that say something like
like
skate or hell.
yeah.
I think it was Howard the Duck.
Give me skate or give me
I think
the
it was
and Howard the
I think
Duck.
Howard the Duck has like some kind of like baddies on motorcycles. Where
Howard the Duck. He came here to fuck. No, he didn't.
he kind of did though.
He did, though,
He
you're
did.
right.
He didn't come here to fuck, but he did fuck.
Was-
He didn't. They didn't confirm, but he has fucked.
Mm-hmm.
He had that little condom.
Yeah. He pegged out with his egg out.
Talk about egg.
Talk about egg.
Egg talk.
Egg Talk. Tamagotchi and Howard the Duck podcast.
Now, what's your favorite form of egg?
Oh, hard. Well, over hard. I like it over hard in a huevos rancheros.
Yeah. Okay. I like a ramen egg.
A ramen egg is good.
Yeah, steamed little onsen egg. But I also love fried over hard or over easy. Either way, I love a fried egg. I didn't grow up with fried.
Really?
I didn't do a fried egg until I was like, I myself was a grown up.
Just scrambled or?
Yeah, my parents would often make just scrambled, which were also delicious. But
Yeah.
I would see a classic cartoon fried egg.
You know what? In the 90s, I don't think we were really frying eggs at home.
Is it because they were so scared of salmonella?
It might have been
Were
salmonella.
they so scared of
But
salmonella?
or maybe it was just our age group or something. I don't know. In the 90s,
They
I don't
were
recall.
all about scramble.
I don't recall ever seeing a hard boiled or just pan fried egg on its own.
I would see hard boiled because of
Like on
Easter.
a kitchen plate.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. In Easter, you're hard boiling eggs to paint them, but like not anymore. In the 90s, we were doing that.
But
now you just go to Five Below.
But for for breakfast, it was all scrambled eggs. I didn't see a fried egg in person.
an egg with my own eyes.
I never saw a fried egg.
went to the forest biome on Planetos.
This is GR Mark. I saw. I didn't see a fried egg in person until I was like in middle school at home ec, and one of my classmates made
Someone bravely fried.
Yeah, and I
egg.
remember watching my classmate eat a fried egg, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" But it's runny still. Like, is he okay? Is he gonna be okay?
That was just nothing. A fried egg was nothing but the purview of a diner.
Mm-hmm.
Like you had to go to a Friendly's.
That's
or
true.
wherever to
Yeah,
get
but
fried
even
egg.
if I went to Friendly's, we'd get like scrambled eggs because we didn't know any other type of egg.
I think it's. Do you think it's because we were so scared of fat in the 90s that we didn't cook with oil?
But scrambled eggs is all milk and butter,
Not the way my family was doing
just
it.
water.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
I'm not. My parents did Weight Watchers, and they put me on Weight Watchers as an 11-year-old, which is borderline child
They had to
abuse.
watch your weight.
yeah, I was too big for as an 11-year-old. It's the
Oh my
90s, anything
God.
can happen. So we were just making scrambled eggs, adding water, a little salt and pepper, whipping them up, and then just constantly shuffling them around the pan.
What?
Is that nuts?
Yeah, milk and milk and butter.
No milk and butter for Ming Ming.
Milk and butter. Have you ever seen that Gordon Ramsay where he's not screaming at anyone and he's just making eggs? Yeah, Neil scene where he just is whipping up these soft, fluffy, almost souffle like.
To me, that's gross.
Or is it because it's too runny?
Too runny.
Oh.
I like my eggs over hard and my scrambled eggs dry as hell.
No milk, no
milk,
butter.
no butter, no oil. Just
my
scrape
gosh.
it off of the pan, get the forever chemicals in there as garnish.
You know what? I feel like maybe what your ideal egg is. And I'm going to say an egg type that I think you'll agree with.
Okay.
Tamago.
I love tamago.
Because it has the right amount of mirin and sweetness without being too sweet.
I love a sweet Japanese
And
egg.
it's like fluffy enough without being like too runny and fluffy and weird.
Yeah.
So it's like the right amount. And you're using the whole pan, so it is like cooking and you just kind of
I do like
it.
that. I do like that.
You know?
I also like 100-year-old eggs.
Oh, I love a tea egg.
Mm-hmm.
I love a tea egg.
I like a gross-looking black little
Black
brown
egg
yeah.
in my congee.
Delicious.
I love
And that's how you know
salty
we're
egg.
snake people.
Yeah, I would like.
Would you unhinge your jaw and go? Boop, boop, boop?
Yeah, absolutely. I would suck on egg.
You go suck on it.
Suck on an egg. My best friend Alicia got in trouble saying telling her growing up to suck on an egg when she was.
What age?
I think she was like whatever age you are when you first watch either Who Framed Roger Rabbit or Dick Tracy. I think one of them they
9.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
And
9
I
to
think
11.
someone in one of those movies said suck an egg, and so she thought it sounded funny, so she said it.
Sounds
too.
like Madonna said that probably.
Right? Breathless.
Breathless Mahoney.
Yeah. What a insane movie.
I love that. Yeah, that was.
It's
insane.
fun.
All
I
right.
love Warren Beatty.
Warren Beatty is good. He's kind of the poor man's Robert Redford.
Yeah. I wish.
Debate
you know,
me.
it's funny. You say Robert Redford, and my first thought was Robert Stack, and I just started imagining Dick Tracy coming out of like the smoky things and being like,
Have you ever heard of a mystery? I love that. The ideal man is Dick Tracy telling you about a cryptid.
Yes. I love the idea of Dick Tracy coming out from the smoky stacks and telling you about an unsolved mystery about like D.B. Cooper.
Very
Ming,
good.
what's your favorite unsolved mystery?
Ooh, very favorite one.
Here, I'll go. 9/11.
Yeah. I guess it's not solved, though. I think it's solved because I
It's
think it
kinda
was an
solved.
inside job.
Yeah, well, now that we have all the Epstein files, or some of the Epstein files,
Everything's
It
connected.
did kind of confirm that like they had control of some stuff are privy to stuff of 9/11 and also like COVID, and we're using as
You know what?
population
I will
control.
tell you my favorite unsolved mystery.
Let's hear it.
And again, it's creeping into cryptid territory. But I was, the last time I went to go visit my dad, watching some YouTube with him on the big screen, as you do, with an elder. And we got on a Sasquatch spiral.
Hell yeah.
And we were just watching a lot of Sasquatch flicks. There's a thriving Sasquatch discussion ecosphere on YouTube.
Oh, I'm sure.
That if we cared to, we could penetrate.
I don't know if I want to
Become part of that
I don't know if I
world?
want to make the small step for mankind into the big step for Bigfoot.
Oh, fair enough.
But
But it's already cornered, it seems like. We have guys that have dedicated their lives to Bigfoot and or Sasquatch, and they have channels about it. They go out every weekend, stomping around those fields, looking for the Squatch, just filming leaves. But this one guy was saying something really interesting, which had never occurred to me before, because I was used to just like, well, we all know the famous footage of, what is it, the Harris footage or whatever, of Sasquatch shambling into the woods and
just casually
Yeah, and
walking
you're like,
and
"Whoa."
looking back.
And people's like, oh, yeah, is that a guy in a suit or is that really Sasquatch? Well, I watched a half-hour video. And this man, this Sasquatchologist was postulating that Sasquatch have not been found and confirmed, not because they don't exist or because they're guys in suits, but because they're interdimensional beings that actually travel through electromagnetic pocket spheres. And if you look at the ley lines of our planet Earth, planetos, there will be different geological pathways of power.
Are you about to tell me about crusty bunkers, the like hollow earth theory?
Well, he didn't get that far, but I feel like if we're talking about Sasquatches popping in and out of electromagnetic ley lines to get from continent to continent in the blink of an eye, that it's not too far to think that why wouldn't the earth be hollow? I just think that if we're talking on that level,
Wow.
why not entertain?
You
Have
know,
you been there down to the bottom?
No, I haven't, but I've seen
All the way down
I've
there?
seen Godzilla versus Kong, and
it's hollow in that.
It's hollow in that.
Yeah, and if you go even further past the Hollow Earth where Godzilla and Kong live, that's where you find Skatehead. In Skate Hell.
Yeah. Wow.
So I like Sasquatch.
So you feel like
and
Sasquatch
you like
is-
9/11.
I don't like 9/11.
No, you said it was your favorite thing.
I never said I liked it. I said it's a mystery. But though it does feel kind of generally solved. But I guess a mystery for me would be do you think I guess whatever happened to Amelia Earhart? Though
I think she got eaten by crabs.
I think she got crabbed.
She got crabbed to death.
She got crabbed.
And she's a hometown girl too. R.I.P. Amelia.
She's from here?
Yeah, I think she was from like the Medford, Massachusetts area.
You know who else is from here?
Who?
Elizabeth Short, the Black Dahlia.
The Black Dahlia.
Yeah.
Oh, many such doomed and tragic women come from these shores.
And you know what? Maybe the mystery isn't necessarily like, oh, can you believe that these mysterious things happen to these women? I just don't think that they were able to research or to devote as much of their resources to.
I just think, frankly, a lot of men handled the investigations and they bungled and botched it. Bungled and botched by a man again.
This reminds me of The Bride.
A woman's legacy.
This reminds me of The Bride.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we saw The Bride, Maggie Gyllenhaal's directorial debut.
$90 million
Is how much the budget was.
The budget was.
$7 million is how much it made in its opening weekend.
Didn't look like a $90 million movie.
I'm trying to think where that money was.
I guess in like the set dressing, but
For me, I will say they did a lot of practical effects and there were a lot of sets. And
I never
also,
felt like, oh, they're on a volume. You
yeah,
know?
no, never did I feel like they were on a volume. Like there were car chases out in fields and stuff.
It looked like the parts that like a lot of it looked good. I don't know if it needs to be on IMAX, but
I'm trying to think this too. I think also Sandy Powell, really renowned Oscar-winning costume designer, worked on this. There's a beautiful like orange silk or charmeuse slip dress.
I love her dress.
That
the bride
wears.
Yeah.
So I mean that alone probably making 10 to 20 of those for continuity's sake must have cost $100,000. I don't know
true.
how much can it cost.
They would have had to bloody up a bunch of them too.
Right?
Yeah,
so,
that's
I don't
true.
know. I think just a lot of practical stuff happened. Plus, I'm sure Maggie Gyllenhaal paid herself like $15 million to write and direct. I don't know.
Yeah,
which she should have.
You know what? Yeah,
women are always underpaid, so I hope that she paid herself a lot of that $90 million.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we were talking about something that reminded me of The Bride earlier too, but it's
botched and bungled.
Botched and bungled
by men.
Yeah.
A woman's legacy, botched and bungled by men.
That is true. I mean, though she did get brought to life by Annette Bening.
That's true. Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah,
it was nice seeing her.
That's a woman who botches and bungles.
Yeah.
Yeah, her and who was her weird little assistant lady?
Oh, her Igor.
Yeah, who was her Igor? She had a weird little Igor lady.
Yeah,
who was dressed like a French maid, but she was absolutely ancient.
She felt like a haunted mansion employee. You know, she was funny.
A cast off from Rocky Horror.
Yes,
sure.
Yeah.
The whole movie felt kind of like a Rocky Horror,
like
side,
1920s Rocky Horror. You know.
Yeah, and as you pointed out, very Joker folie.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting.
It was worth seeing once, but yeah, it was on. We went to a preview screening of it, and I'd recommend it for people that are obsessed with Frankenstein, like beautiful costume design, or just want kind of like a fun, mindless romp to look at.
Yeah, it was a fun vibe, of course, and I think also it did make me want to revisit like the other movie, The Bride, that we watched during the pandemic with Clancy.
Yes, another Frankenstein movie called The Bride with Clancy Brown playing Frankenstein's monster.
Of course.
And falling in love on a foot-based road trip with a carnival guy.
Because it's also a road trip.
Oh, it's so good. Also, Sting is in it briefly.
Yes. I love when Sting is suddenly in something.
If you're going to watch one Frankenstein movie called The Bride this year and you haven't seen the Clancy Brown vehicle, The Bride, from the 80s, I'd recommend that one first.
That one's really cute. Though when you guys first pitched it to me, you guys had said like, oh yeah, it's about like them. You guys had said something like, oh, it's about them making the bride of Frankenstein, and I understand what
Oh,
you guys
so
are
you
saying.
thought it was like a Nosferatu Shadow of the Vampire type thing, like where they're making the movie?
Yeah.
No, they're actually they're making the bride. They're putting the woman together.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, of course. Okay, that makes way more sense. I think it's like the season of like big lugs and like women who are going through a Frankenstein type of process.
Well, when you look at the news,
Yeah.
it's just a bunch of big lugs ruining everything, and then women Frankensteining out.
That's true. And it is kind of
trying to deal with the processes.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of like in this type of genre, like even like I feel like The Substance is kind of almost like a Frankenstein body horror.
I have to watch that one.
Yeah,
really
I'm
badly.
curious what you'd think of it.
As an aging woman, I'm sure it's going to hit me harder than it'll hit like any of like the teenage or young adult girlies.
Yeah, I really liked The Substance. I haven't rewatched it since though, but it was a really fun experience watching that one too.
It's interesting.
Yeah. I feel like though, I guess the allegory for that would be more like a Cinderella type tale.
Is it kind of like an evil queen, like mirror, mirror on the wall?
You'll see. You'll see.
I'll give it a little
Not
look-see.
really. It's because you think that it's gonna be like, oh, she gets to spend half her time as a hot, pretty young person, and then the other half of her time she's like she's as her normal self, but she starts to resent being her normal self.
There's always a price to be paid.
Mm-hmm.
A toll must be exacted.
It reminds me a lot of like Are You Afraid of the Dark episode?
Nice.
A lot of things actually, a lot of the movies we've seen lately feel like, oh, this is like an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode. Or this is, like Undertone almost felt like it was a Haunting Hour episode.
Undertone was a really good straightforward horror movie that
Found Audio.
Found Audio, kind of like paranormal
Activity. The director, who I believe is a Southeast Asian director.
Ian Tua, I think.
Yeah. They're directing the new reboot of Paranormal Activity, which I didn't realize.
That
but
makes perfect
makes
sense.
so much sense. Yeah.
Because as soon as we walked out of the theater when they were doing, we finished Undertone, I was like, well, that was Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
But audio.
That was
great.
fun. It was a fun audio romp for sure.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Well, let's take this opportunity. I guess if we continue doing podcasts or little talk sessions like this, we might in the future solicit listener questions. But since we have no listeners, I'm going to solicit my husband, Neil, who is our audio engineer / producer because he bought these microphones and he's sitting 2 feet from us, to come over here and answer some questions.
Answer some questions.
He can ask us questions.
Ask
too.
us questions.
Ask us a question and then you answer.
Have you ever had one question?
What are you saying?
I'm saying, have you ever had one question for me, your wife, Ming, and your good friend Betty, who you see every other day? Have you ever?
He's just going to say
ask
yes or
us?
no, and then that's it.
Now I'm asking him. What's a question? A burning
What's a question?
Do you have a burning question for us?
Pretend that you're just some random voice from the Gulf Stream of the internet, and you're reaching out trying to make a parasocial connection. What would you ask these two similar but differently voiced black cat ladies?
All right. What's your ideal video game console?
Oh, Tamagotchi. Easy, egg-shaped, small.
You know what? I think something about the Tamagotchi Paradise is, do you remember in It Follows, the seashell phone?
Yes, the seashell phone that they had in It
the little
Follows.
reader. I think that's what's invoking that part of what makes us feel good about that. Like I think, okay, so my ideal video game console is the 3DS. But
I never had one of those.
But specific, like I had the 3DS XL and I also had the DS Lite, which I also loved. All those consoles were perfect. I like the Switch fine, but I wish that we had another handheld console. And I know that that's kind of taken place of the handheld console. I think it's a little too big to be handheld. And I think it's making people hold it too close. When you had it on a little 3DS, like you kind of had to, like you could hold it close, but you just kind of crunched.
I guess the answer would be anything I could play Animal Crossing on. Or, I mean, we're not going to count the Wii Fit as a console.
I do. Well, the Wii is a console. Oh, but that's not a handheld.
Yeah, but
Wait,
I
you
mean,
say
you
handheld?
did.
No, I just said console.
Oh, sorry.
Then
Yes.
by hours played in my life, the Wii Fit.
Yeah.
But I was
used to
talking
live.
ideal.
Like ideal. Like
Real
what's
or
your
not?
favorite?
Okay, it would be shaped like a Polly Pocket. It would be a little bit bigger than the Tamagotchi Paradise, which is like the size of my palm. So I guess it would be probably more like the size, like I would say like a 6-inch diameter Polly Pocket kind of console. And if it were shaped like a seashell, that would be great for me. But it could also be shaped like a star or just like a round circle, any kind of a shape that you are drawn to. And it would have 2 screens.
A little locket type of
a locket and open up.
compact.
You have to open it up. There's a flipping action in order to get it. It would have 2 screens like the 3DS. Neither of them are going to be touch screens though. It's definitely going to have tactile buttons. I just think that the second screen could be used for further animation and stuff. And it would also have docking capability with your friends.
Yeah.
Because you need to share. But it would also have like downloadable content and stuff. I don't know exactly. Like, I don't know. For me, it's the aesthetics of the use case, like the physical use of it would have to be really chic, like a compact.
I hear you.
You know?
Just throw it in your pocket or your purse. I think what you're thinking of is like whenever I see old like reels of old electronics where they're showing like old Motorola like flip phone and they're like, can you believe it does all this? And I'm like, wow, that was like the perfect design. Like I loved
my Motorola
I don't
Razr.
think we needed like a big phone. And I love my big phone. I want my phone small, but I like my phone as is, but I would love to go back to like a flip phone where you just had music, some stuff, maybe.
Holy shit. If we could get a Winamp app with changeable skins on the Pocket, my Polly Pocket Play device. I was thinking this morning actually in the shower, I was like, if I had Winamp back, I think I might be healed.
Have you seen all those like people who talk about like Winamp skins and how cool they are? Like people have been like making.
I haven't seen that, but I remember Winamp skins being really cool. I would download just any sort of random anime girl one that I could find.
Of course, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That would be my dream. I would need it to be really cute.
Yeah.
And I would like it to have a lot of really low impact lifestyle simulation games.
Oh,
that's all I need.
You know what? I would love like my favorite apps on my phone are like my closet app where I just kind of outfit build.
You're good. You have the share closet app from Clueless.
Pretty
on your
much.
phone, essentially.
And I want that on my ideal console that I could do that on there.
You know what? BlackBerry Palm Pilot is our ideal device.
I guess, but if you watch the movie BlackBerry, you realize that they were not good phones, which is so funny because I used to think that they were the phones of successful people. Like I remember during that time when BlackBerry was big, I used to help out with my friend's wrestling thing, and the guy who was in charge had a BlackBerry, and it was at the time where I was about to get a new phone, and my parents were like, "Hey, your upgrade." You can
Every
upgrade
2 years, you can upgrade your phone.
You can upgrade to like a smartphone or keep like getting a cell phone, you know? And I was like, oh, I could get a BlackBerry or an iPhone. And I went with iPhone. And I'm so happy I did in hindsight. But I remember thinking, oh, but on BlackBerry, I can go on LiveJournal.
Nice.
You know?
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, but that was the time where I started like being off of LiveJournal. So I was like, I'll just have an iPhone.
Interesting. What would your ideal console be?
Out of my imagination would be something like the DS, but bigger screens,
6-inch diameter, would you say?
You know what? If it was my phone, which is an iPhone 13, 12 mini.
She's eensy.
And you could flip it open and I would be fine with touchscreen because the DS does have one touchscreen thing that you do interact with and does have extra animation.
That's
so
nice.
I would keep that. And I would have my music, my fun apps on there, and then maybe some internet, but I don't think I would.
Not a lot, just enough to download cute skins for your Winamp.
Yeah, but I don't. I think that would be my ideal. Yeah. And then I would have like Dr. Mario on there, which is on my DS anyway. I have Dr. Mario on there. So
thank you, Internet Voice. Do you have any other question? This is the only other time in your life that you get to ask a question of me and Betty.
More of a comment, really.
Oh boy! All right.
Are you about to tell us about some new device that does all of this?
I'm just gonna say that this discussion, including the Tamagotchis, reminded me of an idea or dream I've had. Somebody needs to make an open source Tamagotchi or virtual pet that it's just like the screen and the 3 buttons, and then you can load custom characters or games onto it.
Oh.
And 3D print or purchase cases for it, so everyone can have their own unique.
There's kind of a
virtual
cottage
pet.
industry like that already for
Is there?
Tamagotchis. With
Yeah,
the cases,
I've seen people do like I saw someone make like Jason Todd themes Tamagotchi where you're raising Jason Todd in the Tamagotchi, and I was like, whoa.
Is that like a mod, or are they like?
Yeah, it's a
editing or
mod.
something?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it's a
okay.
mod. So I don't know how. Neil, can you please look into getting into Tamagotchi mods?
Can you look into it? And
Please.
I will take this moment to also plug Neil years ago did an in-browser computer game called Monster Breeder.
Oh, I love that game. Yeah,
And that's so obviously just ripe and waiting to be turned into a little clamshell device.
Oh yeah.
we're basically monster breeding.
Monster breed.
Monster Breed.
Yeah. The idea of unlicensed, unofficial virtual pets based on any property.
That's what Tamagotchis are. They were unlicensed at the beginning.
Bill Clinton. Yeah.
Well, I mean, aside from
They just called him Bill.
aside
Yeah.
from Clinton
No one
Etchy,
owns Bill.
aside from Clinton Etchy, there were no.
Clinton.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that, Neil. Do you want to kickstart it? Do it. I believe.
No,
in you.
I'm just putting the idea out in the world for someone else. To
He's
take
just
up.
seeding it.
It'd be cool. I mean, you could probably figure out how to do like a lemon gotchi type
Oh
of
my
lemon, a
gosh.
lemon demonachi.
Make a lemon gotchi. Go talk to your guys at Topatoco and get a lemon gotchi made.
I'll talk to my guys at Mattel.
Yeah. Talk to
Hasbro, I heard you're moving to Massachusetts. Did you know?
Oh.
talk to Tiger Electronics and Bandai.
Yeah.
I think this is Bandai.
Yeah,
Tamagotchis are
Bandai.
Bandai
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we've seen.
we know. Neil, I have a question for you. What's your favorite unsolved mystery?
My favorite unsolved mystery.
Yeah.
Well, as you know, I'm very into UFOs, but only
Oh my god.
vintage cases.
Only vintage UFOs. He doesn't want to.
He's not a modern molder. He's only a vintage
I'm
molder.
not. I like.
He doesn't want to hear about probable jet planes.
He doesn't want to hear Barack Obama saying aliens are real.
No, I want to know. I want the files on the World War II Foo Fighters and
Dave
any
Grohl.
yeah.
He loves Foo Fighters.
He
You heard
loves
it here
he
first.
loves cheater Dave Grohl.
No, the
he loves
original,
cheater Dave
the
Grohl.
original Foo Fighters, which were like, are they a weapon? Did the Germans make them? I like the old ass crusty.
We know that
So
Foo
you're
Fighters
saying that you
killed
like
Nirvana.
you like UFOs, not
I
UFOs.
Like UFOs. I like
He doesn't like UAPs.
I like Roswell before it got popular.
Oh my god!
He loves the TV show Roswell before it got popular, starring Jason Bear and Brendan Bear.
Hell yeah. No, but I did watch. Were any of you even aware of like the what was it
God.
A&E,
The way he's even says, were you guys even aware?
I don't know if
Let's
anyone
hear.
watched it, but the show called Project Blue Book. It had a guy from Game of Thrones.
Oh,
And
In
it-
Neil's defense, I was not aware.
Oh yeah, no, it was.
I'm
Kind
not,
Of,
yeah.
It was like a 1950s X-Files based on
Project Blue Book.
It was loosely based on actual old UFO investigations that the government did. And yeah, it was a decent show. I think it was produced by Robert Zemeckis, and yeah, it just dealt with like old UFOs. My
Zemeckis
favorite kind.
loves aliens.
Mm-hmm.
What else did he do that was aliens?
I just assume he does.
Well, why? Because he creates movies with alien
Oh,
life
yeah.
forms in them that don't look
Mars
human.
Needs Moms.
Yeah.
Mars needs moms. Well, that's interesting, honey. Okay, now
Hey,
go.
Michael Imperioli is in it
Michael Imperioli. Who's he?
from The Sopranos.
Can I see that cast list? Let me find the Game of Thrones in there.
Yeah, find the Game of
Let
Thrones.
me just look at this briefly and find the Game of
Aidan
Thrones.
Gillen.
Oh, it's Aidan Gillen. Yeah, that's Littlefinger from Game of Thrones.
Oh,
All right.
Littlefingy.
Well,
Yeah.
he's my least favorite Game of Thrones character, so I shan't be watching.
Well, he was good. No, he was good as Dr. Alan Hynek, the real life UFO investigator.
Well, I can't wait for you to see him talk to a eunuch and get trapped in court intrigues on Game of Thrones rewatch.
So do you think
I'm never going to make you do that.
do you think that aliens are real?
No.
Oh my God. Okay.
He leaned in so far to the microphone to say,
This
no.
this felt like a press conference that you were being tried by like Congress or
I
something.
know. You don't think
If
they're
I were
real?
Barack Obama when asked that question, I'd be just like, no, they're fake.
Oh my God.
in the entire universe? Or are
No,
you just talking
they're
about our
out there, but
galaxy?
they're just as trapped on their crummy planets as we are.
You don't think by the powers of Hollow Earth portal.
Hollow Earth is different because they're not aliens. If they're from Hollow Earth, that means they're Earthlings just like us.
But what?
I find
Not
that-
just like us.
not just like us.
They're
but
the down belowers.
I do think it's more likely that if there are strange creatures buzzing around, they evolved right here on Earth.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I agree that the deep sea is probably filled with horrors.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like rich people, submarines exploding.
Oh, are there any truthers who think like that submarine didn't explode? They escaped.
Yeah, they got to go on the Titanic where it's real.
Yeah,
It's
they're
fine.
they're in the breakaway society now.
They're just in their bunker.
They're Titanic.
They're in the
Atlanteans.
breakaway mega billionaire rich subterranean bunker society, which is already being built.
Yeah.
That's one UFO theory that I fuck with, which is breakaway societies. Which is, do you remember the movie Tomorrowland with George Clooney?
Yes.
Where all the scientists have their own secret realm that they can perfect.
I don't remember
what,
anything
That's
about
what
the
Disney's
movie.
Tomorrowland is about.
The movie, yeah.
I just
What,
remember.
really?
Yeah, some people think like, UFOs are just humans who just developed advanced tech.
They're living off grid on
yeah.
their own grids.
Off grid, they have no regulations. They can just build as much as they want. And they,
Wow. What a dream. I didn't know you could just leave society for your
I mean, that's
own
the
like
dream.
that.
Yeah.
I forget what the plot of that movie. Do they like live in the clouds or something?
I don't know. What is the plot of Tomorrowland at Disney?
It's not. It's just an area of the park. That doesn't have
Yeah.
a plot.
And it has astronauts.
Oh, yeah. They have pretzels called astronauts. Well, on that note, I think that we concluded our talk of the town.
Talk of the town.
I can't wait to get the update on Tamagotchi Paradise in the future.
Yeah.
And we'll
I can't
come
wait to
back.
see you raise yours.
I know. I want to see what type of toddle it turns into.
We'll be back to talk. Let's try to make this a regular thing.
Hell yeah. Let's do it. Thank you, Neil.
Yeah, thank you. Love you, Neil.
Love you too.
Love you, Betty.
Thank you. Love you, do.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Is that cute if we
Yeah,
end, if we end each episode
Mwah.
going, love you? Mwah.
Well, that's been our show. Thank you for listening.
You can find more of us on Instagram and YouTube at Betty and Ming, or you can reach us over email, bettyandmingknoweverything @gmail.com.
You can send us your questions, comments, and love letters.
We love you.
Bye.